Good afternoon. Today I'm going to show you how to add additional advertising onto your property listing. And this is something that will be in addition to the new listing advertising that Coldwell Banker Premier Real Estate does on behalf of your listings already. So I'm going to walk you through this. So here we are, our main login screen for mycbstar.com. We're going to go ahead and log in. And this is going to take you to the main dashboard. This takes you to the office side of the dashboard here. So we're going to come up over here to this tab where it says social, and we're going to click on the social side because that's where we handle all the advertising for our business pages. Now remember, you have to have a business page to do advertising. You can't do advertising off of a personal page. Okay, so here we are in our social media center. Yours is going to look slightly different because this is the company level one. So you'll have access to all of the metrics from your personal social media pages, your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, and your Twitter, if you have all of those attached to this account. So ours is all of the company one, so it looks slightly different. So here is our main dashboard. You're going to go over to listings. This will show you your listings. When you click on this tab, right now I'm showing on my screen all of the company listings, but when you click on this, this will show you your personal listings. The one I'm going to pick on today is one of Audrey Searcy's. She's our manager up in Merced. She has this listing right here, and it's already completed its 3-day advertisement for a new listing. So we can see the listing report here. I'm going to pop that open real quick for you. Okay, here we have the 3-page report of what's been done as far as advertising so far for this property of Audrey's. At this point, you could download it to your computer and print it, and it's a 3-page piece of paper that you could insert into listing presentations or email to your client if you want. So those options are here. So it gives the information about the property. And this is the statistics thus far of the ad that's been run. This is a 3-day ad that has automatically been run on this property. So far it's reached 1,200 people with 1,500 impressions, and 323 people have clicked on this property to look at the listing photos and things like that. This is a sample of what the listing itself or the advertisement looked like. So we're going to actually add to these numbers. We're going to pretend that Audrey is going to hold an open house this weekend, and we're going to make an advertisement about the open house. So that's the reason that we're going to do the advertising. Advertising is most effective when you're advertising something specific. So you're advertising an open house, you're advertising a price change, you're advertising something significant that happened in the change of status of the property. So we're going to go back over to our tab here. And we're going to go here. So if we clicked on this one, this is the single property website that's available for every single listing as well, if you want to take a look at that one. These are all going to be of a similar thing. And you can see it has all of the chat things in here. It has lead capture data. All of this goes directly to Audrey herself. This doesn't come through the Coldwell Banker funnel and things like that. So that's what the single property website looks like there. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to schedule that listing post advertisement for the open house. So I'm going to click right here where it says schedule a listing post. And this is just one of the ways that you can do this. There's actually a few ways, but I find this way to be the simplest. So right now, this is what the basics of the ad would look like. We're actually going to change this. It's not a new listing. We've already done the new listing one. We're going to change this right here where it says listing status. We're going to update that. We're going to change that to all of these different headers that you have available, or no banner at all if you don't want. But we're going to change it to open house. So now it says open house here. We can also change this image that's used for the ad. We don't have to use the front of house or the hero photo that Audrey selected. We can go through and use a photo of the kitchen or any of the photos that she's uploaded to the MLS. So for the sake of this, I'm just going to stick with the kitchen photo. You don't have to. You can change it, obviously, as much as you want. Or if you want to upload an entirely different image, you can do that here. You just click Upload Images, and it will source it from your computer at that point. This is the text that's defaulted in here. You can change any of this information. Leave this portion right here where it says primary phone, because that's pulling the phone number from your agent profile. So it's going to insert your phone number in there. So try not to mess with that at all. Leave that portion alone, but you can type in and add the hours for the open house. Like I'll put in open house Saturday, 10 to 2. p.m. and you can put the date if you want, or however you want to go along with that. So we can change any of the other information that's available here. This pulls from the MLS. This is the property description. When you're happy with the way it looks and everything in here, then we're going to go ahead and click on continue. So here it's going to suggest that it posts to when it's your page, like Audrey CRC Real Estate or whatever her page name is. Again, this is in the company account, so that's why it's asking where I want to post it to. So you would just choose your Facebook page or whichever that you're going to. So we're actually going to do yes, advertising it. We're not just posting it for the sake of it. We're going to actually throw a little advertising dollars behind it so we can get a little bit more distribution. So right now, the default configuration here for who's going to possibly see the advertisement is a 25-mile radius, or kind of like a digital fence around the property. We can leave that if you want, or we can change some of our settings here. So it defaults to this. You can actually make it 35 miles or 50 miles if you want, or you can do it by city. So part of the company's profile, I've added all of these cities, which is pretty much all of the cities that we do business in, and a 25-mile radius around that. So any posts or advertising that I do for the company automatically goes around these cities. So you can set this up in your settings in your social media center too. So I'm actually going to delete most of these because obviously they're not applicable to Merced. But you can leave as many of them as you want. So I'm going to delete the ones that I don't want in there. And then you can add some extra ones too. So let's say I want to add Vacaville. Oops. I can add Vacaville in here too and change that. So you can go by specific cities. And again, what you're making is you're making a digital fence that surrounds 25 miles around each of those cities. So anybody that wanders into that digital fence will now be eligible to receive this ad. So what you're doing is you're excluding wasted advertising on people who live in Portland, Oregon, because there's not a good chance that they're going to want this property. So there's no reason to spend your advertising dollars that way. So it's a smarter way to spend. So you can reach people who live here or just everybody who's in that location that just wanders through that fence. So when you're happy with how you have your ad targeting, you're going to go ahead and click continue. So here's where you're going to set your campaign. You can set it for as many days as you want, or custom if you want it to be 2 days. 3 days is a good one. Today is Thursday. So if we were doing an open house on Saturday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So 3 days is good. You don't have to spend $120. It's just a suggestion. You can spend $5. You can spend $30. So I'm going to put in $15. Based on the list price, they're recommending it to be $120, but it's your account. You can do what you want with it. So we're estimating, this is the total audience of people that could possibly receive your ad, not will receive, but possibly receive. So when you're happy with your campaign budget, go ahead and click continue. And this is when you can schedule it. So if you're doing your advertising, if you're setting this up on a Monday and you don't want the ad to start until Thursday, you can decide that you're going to, hey, I'm going to start it on Thursday or Friday or whatever day I want to do it on, and select the time that you want it on. If you want it to be on all of your social media sites, you can leave it like that. If you don't want it on LinkedIn and Twitter, you can turn those ones off and only have it on those two. When you're happy, you would hit schedule and advertise for $15, and then your post will go through. I'm going to close out of this because I'm not actually going to do it. The nice thing is, again, once we get back to this report right here, this listing report, this one, when that ad is completed and it's run its course, so these numbers in this ad or this report will be updated to reflect the sum of both of the ads or all of the ads that have been on this property. So it's no longer going to say 1,200 here for reach. It's going to probably say, I don't know, 2,400 or 2,500 or whatever it's going to be. So it's a cumulative report where it has the total amount of reach for all of the advertising done for the property, the total number of impressions, the total engagement. And it doesn't anywhere in this report say anything how much you've spent on the advertising or how many days you've done or how many ads you've done. It only has the results. So it's really good to share this report with your clients because they don't have an idea of what your personal budget is for this advertising. So that is how to add extra advertising for your real estate listings. Have a good day.